one of the highest circuits on the calendar. I think the highest circuit on the calendar in terms of altitude.
Managed to finish 81% of his races on the podium in 2021. Still though, Michael Schumacher holds the record for highest percentage, winning
But a couple getting out of there, so we've got Tomino and Jakub first couple out. Hello, Reds. How are we all getting on? Yeah. All good. The legend that is Rids, as I say, it's a well, a rather sedate stream tonight. I've got somebody saying Sun God is the GOAT. Sun God is not in the session. And also Willow's made a comeback for the AlphaTauris. Barbecue and beer. Oh, yeah. Just, yeah. I would happily indulge. I had the cider out last night. I've promised myself I can't just drink on 2 nights in a row unless it's a special occasion. There we go. Here goes Tomino to get started through that funky little chicane of turns 1, 2 and 3. Yeah. Off down the straight and into another quite clumsy complex in these Formula 1 cars. You generally find that these, well, this track really doesn't suit itself as well to these cars as what you'd think it does. And then so here we go through the S section. A little bit of an odd angle here and there on the turns, but Tomino doing well early on, 56.5 through 2 sectors. We'll see how that measures up a little bit later on. Of course, Exotic is not going to qualify. Oh, Reds, I've just eaten and I'm hungry. There's a 15.8 to get proceedings started by Tomino. Arthur not able to make a dent in that on his quali debut, and Jakub finding himself about 3/10 off of that as well. Good evening, Tucker, and good evening and happy birthday, RedDragan. I hope you're having one for me. Yippee! Yippies in the chat for RedDragan. Let's see who's furthest around the lap. I think that guy is on one. Again, trying to wind his way through that sort of twist and turning second sector. Does find himself a couple of seconds down on what Tomino did. It does look like Tomino's going to be the pace setter really in this one. But that guy usually is pretty solid in quali, but I don't know if that would have been more of a warm-up lap from him. Oh, okay. Oh, right, I will... Right. That's no pressure at all. Willow's last attempt. RedDragan wants Willow's last attempt. No bottling it, Willow. You've got to go for it on the final go now. Yeah, well, there's Willow's first attempt, and it's a tenth faster than what Tomino's just put up. So that's looking promising. Let's see where Ayahuasca is. I think next to come round after Drastic Blazer has put himself within a tenth of Tomino in second there, or just outside a tenth of Tomino. And Ayahuasca's got himself 5th position. Did have a couple of very good weeks in qualifying last couple times round, but he finds himself about 6/10 off of the next car there. Bit of work to do if he is going to maintain a very good quality record over the last couple. And here's John as well, another big hitter in this division, up to 4th position, just jumps Jakub there. Well, more than just jumps Jakub, there's a couple of tenths in that, nearly. Let's catch up with that guy who now is actually on, and is he on? No, he's not. He's had his attempt. There's still to run Bjorn. Bjorn sounds like he's probably going to do last to first as well, with Exotic. Deflated's yet to run. And obviously Exotic won't run, so here we go. Let's jump on with Tomino as he gets a second flying lap underway. Most people just crawling into the pits after their first one, but Tomino already, 8 minutes into the session, is beginning his second lap. He has got some improvement to find if he wants to beat Willow to that pole position at the moment. There's about a tenth or so in that. We've just had TOPGun join. There we are. Gosh, that's unlike him. So Bjorn retired out and TOPGun joined in, so 14, but you're likely to only see 12 times on the board. As here goes Tomino, finds himself marginally up on his time. It's not enough at the moment to outrun Willow. He did have a little bit of a slide, though, on his own lap. On the way into that tight hairpin. A little bit of a slide on the way out of it. He's binned it in the pits. I think that probably was was the deciding moment. I think he just had a little bit of a moment where he was too happy on the throttle. So let's pick up Jakub and see exactly what Jakub can offer with 8.5 minutes left to go. A little bump off the inside curb there, and let's see. Now about to throw it through this S section, side to side, feeling side to side. He has managed to get through there nice and cleanly. And a good time too, 56.6 is only about a tenth off of what Tomino was doing on the first run. Let's see if he can keep this final sector clean and get to the line. Jakub looking to get some power down, and he's doing that. Short run to the line, up to third. And only 0.02 of a second behind Tomino. Very, very close stuff there. Let's see who else we've got out on a lap. Drastic Blaze is on one at the minute. Ayahuasca is invalidated as a Steiner 3. So, on to Drastic Blaze, our debutant tonight. Oh, get out of the way, Williams. There we are. Just about. Double check who that actually was, just for streaming purposes. That was Top Gun. And Drastic Blaze has come up with a huge improvement. About 3/10 or so in that that is pulled out of that, and it's a 15.598. Now that does throw down the gauntlet. Willow will need an extra 10th and a half. Tomino will need just over an extra 10th, or over a couple of tenths at least, sorry. Going on 3/10, he'll need improvement-wise. Let's have a little bit of a look at DeflatedWee and, well, Mexico's biggest fan. 56.7 is, again, keeping a decent pace at the moment, just about hanging it in. As he came around towards the stadium section. Oh, sliding all over the shop though in the final sector. He's going to keep it in and go to the line. It goes up to 5th place. Good enough just to get into the 15s. Imagine if he's quick, he'll have time to get around, have one lap, and go again. See what Tomino can produce on another attempt here. Second attempt of his second attempt. And he goes fastest by a mile. He's found 6/10 there. For 15.2, an electric lap from Tomino. 15.2, that's unbelievable stuff. That guy is out of it. Greg's on a help lap. Who else have we got? I think everyone's going to be waiting just for the end of the session. And they'll get themselves out on track, no doubt. There goes now Ian. Hey? I can't confirm, obviously, a 15.2 will seem quick. But we were nowhere near the race record, I can confirm there. We had that one set in 2021. So if these guys can find a couple of seconds, I will be impressed, but they're not going to beat that race, or not going to beat that pole record. 13.1. Not even on a good day. So I know I've got the request for Willow's final lap, so RedDragan can have a watch in a moment. Greg's a 10th up through first sector, just about has kept it in the lines there. It's his teammate that I'm waiting for. It's Willow's flying lap would like to see. Greg again consistently, just over a 10th quicker there. I don't think, unless he's got some massive time to find in this final sector, that he is really going to make too much of a dent into the advantage that that guy holds over him, and he has gone in the pits. And that'll do it for Greg. Let's jump on with Top Gun, our our late joy, the Top Gun. There we go. I'm trying to say it between yawns. I am knackered. Let's see what the Williams driver can produce with just a few turns left to go. And round the final turn, Top Gun promotes himself up to 10th position, so half decent from Top Gun, keeps himself on the heels of his teammate. Greg has retired out. Arthur is starting a lap. We're waiting as everyone behind prepares their tyres to start a lap as well. There's Willow, as I say, who we'll be watching, and we'll be watching some times go tumbling through as, well, as Willow goes round. But RedDragan, here is your lap. There we go. So, away we go with Willow on the onboard. See just what he can produce on this, the final run of Q3. Having to chuck it at every single curb. He's trying to eke out every 10th of time that he can find. He's got about half a second to try and gain on Tomino. Top Gun's retired out. That's the session for him. That's the session for Arthur and for Steinos. They won't be improving. Willow's goal is to improve, as it is for every other driver that is out there at the moment. We'll pilot through the S sections. Looking around, where is the sector time? It's a 56.3. He's 0.3 up. And got to keep it clean and quick in this final sector. Doesn't want any messing around, doesn't want any back-end wiggling. And he doesn't seem to have got it. And Willow, where will he put it? Second position by all of about 0.03 of a second. Tomino, unless there is a miracle from ayahuasca, which there isn't because he's gone into the pits, will take pole position. Will he be able to improve anymore? He has. There we are. Makes it slightly less gutting for Willow. It gets the gap out to, well, 0.75 of a tenth of a second, really. And, well, Willow had a very, very good go at it. So, Tomino blazing on through. And takes himself the pole position. Well, there we are. So your short qualifying session is over, and we'll have a 5-minute break in a moment before the race. Tomino takes the pole position. As I say, 0.75 of a tenth of a second between him and Willow there. Drastic Blaze on debut getting 3rd position. And that one will definitely help Exotic in his kick towards a drivers' constructors double. DeflatedWee in 4th, Jakub 5th, John and Steinos in the Mercedes 6th and 7th, Ayahuasca 8th, 9th and 10th taken up by that guy and Top Gun. Greg 11th, Arthur in 12th, and Björn and Exotic will occupy the 7th and final row of the grid. As they pledge to do a last to first challenge against each other. So, I suppose, knock yourselves out, why not? That's the reason I said it sort of hots things up in terms of the Constructors' title is because at the moment, Björn, obviously racing for the Haas team, has got the whole weight of the team on his shoulders today, with Josh not present. There is only a 3-point gap between the Haas F1 team at the top and Red Bull Racing in second position. Red Bull obviously running 2 cars tonight. So Bjorn has got to work overtime and double overtime to keep... Oh dear. How long's it been since anyone pressed A? Well, there we are, they're all the way. Seems like they're all the way without too much problem. Wonder if this will stand as a start. And we are going to go just about 4 wide into the first turn. Geronimo and Jurassic Blaze flies round to take the lead. We've had a random join in the middle of the first 3 corners or so. And everyone's got through pretty well through that first turn, despite the fact that, well, really, we were 4 or 5 wide almost going into the turn 1. There's a little bit of a nudge between the Red Bull and the Haas back there. Bjorn has made his way through and seems to have got out safely. I think Ayahuasca currently pinned between Exotic and Bjorn. Any information, will it stand? I would imagine. Yeah, they all left and it's clean. So, after a slight doubt over whether the race would start, that was certainly a short 5-minute break. We've got away, and Drastic Blaze leads the first lap of his first Grand Prix. And we have a car off there. Is it Exotic? He's off and into the pits. Oh, he's got to have some front wing damage, you'd imagine, there. Last to first has not gone well for him. There is a new front wing. Yep, that's a new front wing for your reigning champion. And his teammate at least is leading. Yes, I'm presuming RedDragan. He, you know, it all went rather quickly. Anyway, here we are. And as I say, Drastic Blaze and the Red Bull already has pulled out 1.4 seconds just ahead of Willow there. Tomino finds himself in third and trying desperately to cling on to what will be the DRS range of Willow for the next couple of laps' time. Just trying to find out what happened in chat, if anything at all. Okay, right. That's alright. Arthur started it because Steiner's forgot to tell him. Okay. Speaking of Steinos, you gonna try for a move? Not quite on Jakub there. So definitely, I'd imagine get a track limits warning for that though. But, under the grey skies of Mexico at the minute, the race is kind of just neutralising a little bit. The Drastic Blazers on the mediums, as is John and Ayahuasca and Arthur. Exotic did start on the hards, but obviously had an enforced pit stop, so changed off of those to some mediums and will be back in the pits a bit later on as well. But as I say, your championship, well, your champion at the minute is sat 30 seconds off the back of the pack. Here we are. Here's where it might start, just to get a little bit interesting. DRS for the first time on this straight. There's not going to be a massive amount of catching by Tomino, but looking behind, there's John and DeflatedWee. Quite a sight they were when they used to get together in No Assist last season. looking back through the order, Bjorn seems to have taken another place back up to 8th and hanging off the back of Steinos. Tomino is closing and closing on Willow, but no real progress made there. Looking back, everyone's just got a little bit closer to each other under DRS, but no real moves. There we go. We are possibly approaching a moment for a move with Willow and Tomino here. Tomino hasn't been shaken off by Willow by any means, although that's a bit of a shake as he comes out of the final turn, the Nigel Mansell curve as it was. And Nifty cheering on Drastic. He's occupying a Red Bull as Nifty does in AT2. Willow not been moved on really by Tomino. Steinos has gone into the steward's little black book. It's a place that he has. Oh, there we go. Sorry, Tomino. And really launching one at Willow, but that will only lose them time. He's not managed to get the move done. So both of them kept it contact free at least, so that will help Drastic. And by the look of it, Tomino had a little bit of an adventure on the inside of one of the S-bends there. It's not going to be a move as they approach the stadium section either. That would be more than ambitious. It's still about a second and a half back to Drastic. They come around turn 16 and 17 and get round onto the start-finish straight again. You've got to feel like there is an air of inevitability about this one. Here goes Tomino, and he'll see Willow away in his mirrors. And he'll get a second dose of DRS to help him round between turns 3 and 4 as well. The move is made, and Willow's just got to make sure that Tomino doesn't get away here. That's going to be his main hope of actually trying to get back into this race, you have to fancy. But all we can focus on at the moment is that Red Bull streaking ahead in the distance. Getting away with really no particular worries at the minute is Drastic. Just going to be interesting to see how the strategy plays out when the tyres are changed. I'm starting to get a little bit of a train now behind, behind second place, behind Tomino and Willow. That particular battle, you seem to have John, Deflated, and Jakub all joining the party there. Willow going to have a go, or is he going to stay patient? Nope, he's going to have a go now. And he's driven around Tomino like he's not even there. People say DRS is too powerful at Mexico. I can't help but agree. Tomino could find himself potentially under threat behind him. So, John not fancying the move there, and Willow retakes his second place. Gap up to 2.1 seconds. And Drastic, as I say, for the longer that these guys start or keep fighting, the longer Drastic will extend his lead. Into a part of the lap where not much happens. The S section, of course. Bjorn's got about 2.7 seconds to make back to join that battle for second place at the minute. Currently the leading last to first candidate. Exotic has pulled the gap back to 22 seconds out at the back there. Knows it's definitely worth staying just in case of a safety car or anything like that, of course. No, that would throw him right back into contention, but it's the constructors that he's worried about. It's Willow being passed by Tomino once more. And this could be quite a common theme coming up, I think. Yeah, let's say, not having too many position changes go on behind, but yeah, it is really those sort of top two at the minute, just exchanging positions just for fun. Although they have managed to pull Drastic back in, so I don't know whether his tyres might start to fall off a bit. Coming quite a long way. That's got to be a mistake, you fancy, from Drastic. It's almost at the point where Tomino is nearly in the DRS, actually. Drastic could find himself in trouble in the next couple of laps if these two keep it up. The DRS zone activates just before that. I think Tomino might have got in there. Let's see, will he be able to use it? He will. So that's a rather helpful defense mechanism, and he's walked into an absolute gift there from Drastic, because not only can he keep second place, he's also the prime driver to be able to fight that Red Bull. And anyone with a Haas persuasion will absolutely love it as well. Exotic and, well, Top Gun's come in, so got out well ahead of Exotic, which is good for him, of course. So, well, this is looking like, all of a sudden, probably a mistake from Drastic. I can't imagine the tyres have gone off that quickly. So we're suddenly looking at the pass for the lead potentially in this next one. If he's not careful with the proximity there as well, he could potentially lose even second position. Oh, Tomino. A shake on the throttle at the wrong time, but he's still looking like he will catch Drastic. Is he going to be able to go for the move? There goes that McLaren to the inside. And he takes the position. Drastic's tried to come back at him. Willow staying patient behind. That's good from Willow. And, will the AlphaTauri be able to have a go? Not quite getting close enough, but you can see every detail of that Red Bull gearbox from the cockpit seat of that AlphaTauri behind. What we'll do is keep together through the S section, through sector 2. By the time we come out of turn 11, there'll be another dose of DRS. Willow probably will fancy his chances, especially down the pit straight once more, but he won't want to lose sight of Tomino too quickly. Imagine maybe the tyres do look like they're having a bit of an effect for Drastic. Quite early for them to go off though. Will they be able to make any inroad? I don't think anything in particular. In fact, it looks like more that Drastic is going to have a go at Tomino to regain the lead. Now will Tomino find himself in trouble from behind on the AlphaTauri contingent? Jump on with Willow and see if there is a move to be made. Not quite. Suddenly we're in a train, and these, well, 5 of these 6 were not in this, well, we're not in a leading battle not so long ago, but Drastic, as I say, I feel might have handed it to them on a plate with just a single mistake. And well, that's how brutal this league can be for you. battle for the lead at the moment on our hands in the second to last race of the season at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. We are waiting yet another overtake. Watch it from Willow's POV as Tomino reels in that Red Bull. As, Tomino goes to the inside. Drastic tried to break the toe early on, but didn't manage it. And he filters past. Another helpless moment for Drastic there, as it tends to be when you're being attacked by the DRS. Will Willow have a go here? He's more than thought about it. Got off to the outside almost. Made contact with that right rear tyre of Drastic. And Exotic has retired it. Retired Exotic, and I think there's a crash as well at the pit entry. And there we go. Drastic Blaze, that was played well into your hands. They say beginner's luck or something like that, don't they? That is a gift from his teammate. My goodness me. It's almost like Singapore 2008 all over again. And everyone is on their way into the pits. All with the same idea. Change of tyres, a cheap pit stop, but it's going to work out a lot better for the medium runners. Yeah, Exotic had his cat jump on him. That is everybody into the pits. But as I say, I fancy the hard tyre runners all of a sudden. Drastic and John. Fancy them to really have a go at this, especially late in the stint. It's a long way to go on those mediums. Well. Maybe I see two wells next to each other. Oh, okay, he got volleyed. Okay, never mind. But Ayahuasca's the only person who curiously has stayed out. As well on... Oh. On mediums, that's an odd strat. Can't lie, I'd have thought that this would have been... Well... would have been prime territory really for a medium runner to pit. I don't know if he'll realise his mistake. He has. But while everyone came through and pitted, he got himself stuck in the safety car train and will come back out at the back. But at least he'll have some tyres that will make it to the end of the race. As there go Greg and Top Gun, the two remaining stragglers at the back there. Ayahuasca will join in just behind them. I'd imagine we'll get ourselves going again rather shortly. What's happening with Deflated Jakub there? Okay. So the real question is, where do you see this race going from here? It's well, it'd be a bold call to call the race itself, but I think Drastic really has benefited massively. Exotic, in short, happened. I didn't see the incident. It just came up that he was out. But I understand it might have involved another car from what he was saying on the Discord. Here we are moments away from another safety car restart in this tier. And it's Tomino with the pace at the front of the pack. The McLaren driver gets to decide just when to drop the hammer. Similar to real life F1 this, isn't it? And he's gone. And he's gone very, very well. He's dropped Drastic with no problem at all. Whole second advantage by the time they hit the line. Fantastic restart from Tomino, and Drastic caught napping big time. Managed to pull back some time there just on what I would believe to be set up alone. And Bjorn, who'll be grateful for that safety car as well, has managed to get himself around Jakub. And looking in there at Willow and Drastic. Willow making the most of the tyre advantage early on. Really pinning the braking zone and getting himself through at turn 4. Getting himself ahead of Drastic. Very, very good move there for him. Now on the way to try and get Tomino. Of course, Bjorn has just got to get as far up the field as he can, see if he can overtake that Red Bull. And that will keep Haas ahead until the final day. And no matter what happens today, the title race will go to the final day for constructors. Willow jumps in with the fastest lap of the 17.6. Yes, constructors title will go to final day, but Bjorn would like to make it a whole lot easier for the Haas team, I'm sure, as Deflated pins the braking zone to get himself down the side of John. And up to 4th position for the Ferrari. The champion of last season. And a trying one this season for him as Bjorn goes to the outside of John. Fantastic move there, but nightmare couple of corners for John. Yes, Deflated, as I say, the title defense not going as well as what he would have hoped, but looking for a rare glimpse at the lead. Let's see, Tomino and Willow. Will they try and use each other to get away here, I wonder? Willow looks like he's really got those mediums going well. And it's pulled Tomino in big time, but you wonder just how much life he's taken out of them by doing that. Will he go for it? He will go for it. Willow. He's got himself down the inside of Tomino at turn 1. And Willow finds himself away in the lead before DRS activates. Wow. There you go. A bit further down the order as well. Obviously, we've got a couple of drivers getting a little bit closer back here as well. But at the moment, Deflated is kind of the cork in the bottle when it comes to the lead battle at the minute. Is the one separating it from well, from the drivers in front. About 1.1 seconds the gap for him at the moment. I'd imagine there's a bit of wing on that, or a bit of wing off that Ferrari. All deflated. Be under pressure from Bjorn here. He certainly will. It's harvesting already, and he is no match. Ooh, bit of a naughty move from Bjorn there, but robust, let's say. But Bjorn does more than make his point. He has gone blazing through on Bjorn. On Deflated, sorry. Deflated is left as a bystander. And Bjorn will be looking to try and plug that gap that was just made by Deflated over the course of those last couple of laps or so. See if he can get himself towards the lead, but more importantly towards that third place currently occupied by his constructor's rival, Drastic. Have a look there. Willow's still in the lead. Bjorn's has run a little bit wide at turn 12 there. Close. That was almost bob on a second for the DRS between Willow and Tomino. So will that McLaren receive any DRS assistance? It will not. Slipstream only for the McLaren. And Deflated and Bjorn. Deflated, I think, almost mimicking the move that Bjorn made to take himself back onto the racing line in the last one. Deflated takes back that 4th position. Bjorn not able really to have a go at that at all, just with the double DRS detection point at the end of the long straight, or at the beginning of the long straight, sorry. Does lock drivers out if they're passed in turns 1, 2 and 3. First DNF of the season, that is indeed what happened for Exotic. It was a good run and all that. At the moment, your teammate is, well, doing no end of favours when it comes to the constructors. So, Drastic, as I say, will currently have you, well, currently have you ahead in the constructors by, where are we? Going to be about a couple of points. Make that 1 point. As Bjorn filters back through. And that's a time penalty, so it's going to be more than 1 point now. Oh, not what Bjorn would have wanted, but Red Bulls will be rejoicing at that sight. Leading three have spaced out a bit there. I wonder if it's time that Willow and Tomino started saving those tyres if they plan to take them to the end. Drastic is, well, much more likely to make it to the end than what those two are, with a much, much better range of life left in the tyres as well. Let's go to the leader interval for a moment, just because it's easier to work out where Bjorn will go. He currently will be in about 8th or 9th, or sorry, 7th or 8th at the minute. And he has got himself around Drastic. Will definitely help his cause in terms of trying to escape that penalty. And there, speaking of penalties, 2 straight away. Top Gun retires out. But Tomino finds himself on the naughty step as well. Willow, you can relax for just a little bit. Sit off and manage the tyres a touch. It's a 3-second penalty for both 2nd and 3rd position at the moment. And that switch in places between Bjorn and Drastic He incurred a 7-point swing in the championship. There's another time penalty for Tomino. That must have been that he's come across turn 12. That was a straight-on corner cutting penalty. At least Top Gun's car at the end of the straight, which is fun. Bjorn hasn't got enough wing off to defend against Drastic. The end of the straight is fast approaching, but Drastic is not approaching fast enough. Will he get another go? As they get towards turn 4 now, it's a decent exit from Bjorn. Drastic looking to keep hot on his tail, but is not going to manage to get anywhere near before the braking zone. Bjorn seems to be fending that off pretty well at the moment. And looking back there, it's turned into a decent train, all eyeing up a podium position. Jakub, again in a usual sort of slightly passive style, is at the back of this train in 7th. Is keeping well up with very, very good pace that has been set by the drivers ahead. Bjorn is finding himself nearly 3 seconds off of the back of Tomino, so at the moment he won't actually get well. Tomino won't lose anything anyway, but there's another time penalty. Bjorn still won't lose, and Drastic and Bjorn going together again, and this time Bjorn, the one being passed. Will he be vulnerable potentially to DeflatedWee behind as they exit turn 3? Trying to keep in the slipstream, but Deflated is going to be gaining and gaining and gaining, but not at a fast enough rate. Cars left in this race, so points for almost everyone already. The Top Gun and Exotic out. But this is for big points. Just looking to keep with, and that's another penalty for Tomino. Up to 9 seconds already for the McLaren driver. Yeah, I mean, this is as good as goodbye to the podium and some, really. Just about be in the points. And there goes Bjorn. And retakes another position from Drastic. Yeah, another common theme of the race, so just trading places a bit there. As we look back down the field, and Deflated getting a good look at the gearbox of Drastic, but no, well, nothing to come of it. As we have yellow, well, brief yellow in between turns 2 and 3, or 3 and 4, sorry. Deflated, half eyeing up a move. He's flashing there. The energy is running low with this one. Just needs to see whether the Bjorn can break out of the DRS train at any point. At the moment, he's going to be swallowed up as he tries to break the toe. And there goes Drastic to the inside, and again, once more taking that 3rd position. Bjorn absolutely powerless to fight back. Retirement for Ayahuasca. Yeah, Bjorn again, almost like trying to play poker without cards, is trying to get the overtake without DRS on that middle straight. Willow is just maintaining that gap pretty well at the front. At the moment, he'll be really hoping for, well, hoping for Drastic not to be able to get too close. The gap is already about 4.5 seconds, nearly 5 seconds between himself and Drastic. With Drastic being in almost a continual fight for third position. And just see why third place seems to be dropping off a bit. Oh, and Tomino's out. Tomino's out. Tomino is out. And Steinosrix has come in and come out behind the safety car. Okay. Right. Oh, he's just run into the back of it and lost an end plate. And dance of the day. Where's Tomino lost it? Where has he lost it? Maybe about here. Has he dropped it off in turn 3 at the curbs? Must have done. Well. I'd imagine it's going to be soft all round for the rest of the race now, but that's not one you were expecting there. Tomino is out. Everyone will get points from this session now. Everyone in 10th or higher, of course, but everyone who finishes at the minute will get the points. And Willow is in. What are we all doing in terms of the higher order? Bjorn in, Drastic in, Deflated in. They're all in. And you'd expect them all to come in, to all have a change of tyres and to all pop back out again. Willow will probably be cursing this particular safety car. Is well, he's out of luck with that at the minute. That's poor timing when you consider he was as far ahead as what he was. Good 5-second advantage he had there, but going to build it up again. Drastic has gone to a medium in strange news. And Steinos, of course, has come into will come into pit for another new set of softs. Greg and Arthur have followed him as well. Steinos, obviously, the focus of that pit stop being undoubtedly a new front wing, because Bernd Mailander is probably hurting in there at the moment. What happened? Well, as you can see, another trip round the circuit for Bernd at the minute. Tomino, I believe by the looks of it, dropped it on the curbs at turn 3. And so he finds himself out of the race. Everyone's come in pretty much except for that guy. Steinos also ran into the back of the safety car, so has had to pit twice under the safety car. IIRL and TOPGun just wheeled it in and retired. But yes, safety car came out while Steinos, Greg and Arthur were all in the pits. And Steinos followed the safety car out and volleyed the back bumper. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Drastic might fly for those last 4 laps or so, but is he going to have a chance to really pull it back? There's not going to be a massive amount of tyre life actually being used here at the moment. When you think about it, all it's going to be is about 8 racing laps. Yeah. Thanks, RedDragan. Just, I'm sure Willow will thank you for the reveal of his setup in there. Well, Tomino. Tomino ran the first safety car restart. And he was leading ahead of Drastic. And he pinned it just about on the hairpin here, but Burnt Mylander's made the very, very late call to go in the pits, so pinning it on the hairpin probably isn't going to work. Tomino did more than catch Drastic unawares there, as Willow prepares to go, and he has gone. Well, it's one that Björn is able to keep with him on quite well. A little bit of a sway side to side as they try and break the toe, but Willow gone to the inside to try and defend. And it's just about managed to keep out Björn on the first lap there. A little bit of a snap from Deflated on the curbs there. I think got a little bit happy on those. That guy's started to go backwards already on those medium tyres. But again, all pretty well behaved, and we've already settled into a bit of that rhythm of top six, pretty much all in that train again. Of course, Björn has got to try and make a gap as quick as he possibly can. 3-second penalty at the minute onto his time. And that guy also suffering one of those. And Willow fastest lap, of course, is under the safety car restart there. Will Björn be able to have a go? He's going to try it, and it's the inside. Björn and Willow side by side through the first 3 turns, and Willow's let Björn go. Seeing the bigger picture there, I think Willow. Or is he? He's going to go for it into turn 4, sends it in. Spots the braking, but Björn... Oh, it's a touch! Willow's been touched. And I think that was from behind by Drastic. And Willow cannot buy an ounce of luck at the moment. Seems almost anything on this game. He'll have a race like this, followed by an incident just like that. And it will take completely his chances of the win away. There we go. As I say, I think the tap on Willow might well have been from Drastic behind. It was a decent battle to that point, and Willow was just preparing for a cutback, but clearly wasn't seen from the driver behind, which has ended up sending Willow wide and out of contention immediately for the lead, at least. Still, of course, DRS activates this lap, so as we all know, anything can happen. Probably some overtakes down the start-finish straight, but anything can happen. Willow really is pinning it to the back of Drastic here. Almost having a look into turn 12, and I think it would have been on had he gone for it. He's going to save that move for the straight. Just a couple of tenths, of course, too, and just in the twisting section of the track. Immediately, Björn and co are going for toe braking. Going to be some dirty tactics later on, I feel, here. For the top 2 cars, currently there's a constructors riding on it. As Deflated and John very, very close together back there as well. Willow has got another dose of DRS, of course, but neither he nor Drastic able to pull a move on Bjorn at the minute, who still leads the pack. He can't afford to get into any battles with that time penalty. He cannot afford to lose time. Willow seems monstrous through this second sector, but there's just nowhere to pass. And we go again. Willow once again dipping to the inside of the track, but Deflated. And stolen a great march on Willow here, and suddenly, oh, was a touch, and that could have been an aeroplane crash. And Bjorn and Drastic go side by side. Willow and Deflated go side by side, and there's a touch, I think, between Bjorn and Drastic. Bjorn's been pushed wide. Willow's been pushed wide. There's just not enough space for all those cars on that bit of track. Bjorn's going to try and come back again at Drastic. Sends the move in. Will he try and team up for a cutback as they go towards turn 6? Bjorn's going to try and pin it. Brave racing there. He just about holds it on, but with Drastic still up the side, the Red Bull concedes the position. And Bjorn has done fantastically, and it's kind of glossed over the fact that John as well more than took advantage of a couple of those tussles and got himself up onto a podium position. And third there, after having been outside of that for the whole race at that point. Willow has gone for a very, very ambitious move on Deflated, but he's made that work at the hairpin in the stadium. Deflated will come storming back, I would imagine, but Willow will have his sights set on these top 3. As Drastic sets his sights on the lead. Bjorn's tried to defend it, but Drastic gets himself round. And we'll have another dose of DRS. Bjorn could find himself in trouble from John once more. John doesn't skip to the inside to try and keep in the tow. Bjorn's going to consider having another go, but not quite here. Got about a lap and a half of racing left to go. 2.5 laps of racing. Can I count? No. And the win could still pretty much be anyone's at the moment. Again, Willow, of course, with the slightly higher wings as revealed by RedDragan, was monstrous once more in that second sector. But again, I would imagine there's going to be limited answer to anything that any of his opponents might be able to offer. And the start-finish straight. It's Drastic's turn to be under attack, with a 6/10 gap to Bjorn. Steinos has taken Jakub off of the Nigel Mansell turn. Bjorn. Oh, is he going to go for it on the outside? Another ambitious move. Maybe teeing him up for a DRS pass towards turn 4. Half decent exit from Bjorn, but still probably wanted a bit better. Will he go to the inside? Oh, he's thought about it, but... oh, Drastic! With a slide on entry, using all of the track and more as he exits. I think he's got very, very lucky there, the Red Bull driver. With that slide, you'd expect to lose the position, but he's held on well. Will Willow be able to have a go at John here, I wonder? He's still pinned to the back of that Mercedes gearbox. Still not able to do anything about it as that guy goes in a wall, I believe. Yep, he's come off in the second sector. John Still being tailed by Willow. Still tailing Bjorn. But not tailing Bjorn for any longer, because he has blitzed past Drastic on this, the final lap of the race. And he will probably take the win on track, but won't have any sort of answer to that time limit or time penalty that he's got for track limits. And Drastic under attack now from John, who sends it in. And he had a similar thing to what Drastic just had the lap before, an entry slide, which this time again has saved Drastic. And he could find himself a debut winner here, the Red Bull driver, at the minute. Will John be able to do anything here? It's going to be now or never. Fancy he's possibly a little bit too far away to try the move. And John, an experienced head, of course, not going for anything stupid. But here goes Willow to the inside, and he seems to have just butted John off the racing line. It was a big move, but one that he has tried to make work. Bjorn takes the win on track, but Drastic takes it in the standings. And I imagine the stewards probably will have something to say about the rest of that. As Willow comes through and does claim second place, but it was a bold move, let's say, on John in that final turn. Deflated takes up final podium spot, third position there. Drastic, as I say, was, well, I don't think anyone stewarding-wise will have heard the end of it just yet. I think Willow, I wonder if that would be reported, that nudge by Drastic. And equally, I think Willow could find himself in the dock himself as well, he did throw that move in the inside of John, smacked of last lap desperation, didn't it? Yes, Drastic with a win on debut, and congratulations to the Red Bull driver, of course. And well, the Constructors' Championship will go to the final day. Of course, as I say, the stewards have got to have their say just yet. It seems to be something where Willow could potentially have that incident sent to the stewards and have Drastic penalised. We're not going to get a full rundown of the order by the looks of it on the stream. Yes, congratulations Drastic on a debut win. And that race really did hot up towards the end, of course. That safety car didn't help Willow one single bit, but definitely did give us some good entertainment there, and ultimately gave us, on track at least, a brand new IIRL winner. So there you go, there you have it.